Rob, gosh, I wonder if you have any vested interest in this. What
John.
is our second main topic today?
John, there's certain moments of joy that happen in life that you don't expect, but when they happen, you realize maybe there is a higher power up there controlling our destiny. And let's call it our manifest destiny. Sorry. The World of TIMorrow says, hey, John and crew, recently Netflix has picked up the canceled NBC series Manifest for a batch of 20 episodes in order to give this show a proper final season. Obviously, this is not the first time Netflix has done something like this, but what I was wondering, what's the point? What is Netflix really getting out of just picking up canceled shows for one season? Does it really do anything for them in the long run? Well, tomorrow, it might not do anything for Netflix, but it does something for me. And that's really all that matters. No, I'm just kidding. I think this is a very interesting situation. Manifest ran for 3 years. Series creator Jeff Rake says he had a 6-year plan. I don't believe that for a minute. God bless you, Jeff Rake. You've made glorious gobbledygook in Manifest, and I was there for it every week, excited to see where you were going to take me, which was clearly off a cliff, and I loved you for it. But anyway, so a lot of shows go from network, this was on NBC, to Netflix. When Manifest went to Netflix, after it was canceled, it became their top 10. It was in their top 10 and their number one show around the world. And it stayed there for a very long time. So the show was actually canceled, but people on Netflix were watching it more than most of the shows on Netflix. So Netflix, which they had actually approached and tried to get Netflix to buy the show, they initially passed. And yet with the outpouring and the viewership, I mean, there was people watching, obviously had never seen Manifest before. They were watching it on Netflix. It became almost, a no-brainer. With this many people watching Manifest, they did the same thing with another NBC show called Designated Survivor. And they brought it on. So Netflix guaranteed a 20-episode fourth season, which they'll probably either split into, I would imagine, 7 or 8 episode blocks. So they'll spread it out. But Manifest obviously has the most ridiculous long-running storyline ever. It's a very Lost-esque type show, and every week they just dig the hole deeper for themselves, which I love. But the reason I think that they bought it, John, is when a show is on Netflix, it's kind of there forever. It becomes another can in their aisle of canned pears, like at a grocery store. And those cans will be on the shelf forever. So Netflix has a show that people will be watching for years to come. And they don't have to worry about it. They finish off that one season. So it's not a huge investment for them. And yet they have a show that people seem to love and will come back to over and over and over again. So it makes sense for them, I think, in their economics. And Joe Blow says, you did it, Manifest fans. The Missing Plane series that was canceled by NBC will live on for one final 20-episode season on Netflix. The news comes after weeks of complicated negotiations to make it happen. John, one of the reasons they're complicated is because Manifest already had foreign deals where it was playing in various territories.
Right, yeah.
So Netflix will not be playing it in certain countries at first because there's other licensing deals that they have to fulfill. And they've done that before. To make it happen, but the news was made official this morning, and now fans of the show will get the proper closure they desired before the series was abruptly canceled. Oh, we're not going to get the proper closure because the series creators don't even know what that is. Appropriately, the news of the series resurrection happened on the so-called 828 day, which is when the series about the mystery flight 828 is celebrated annually. Is it? I'm a huge Manifest fan, John, and let me tell you, on my calendar, I do not have 8/28 marked as Manifest Day. I just want you to know. Even more awesome for all you Manifest nerds out there, the news broke at 8:28 a.m. Pacific time. Well, at least they're as tongue-in-cheek about this as I am about this show. John, have you ever watched Manifest? Do you like Manifest? Do you have Manifest destiny in your heart?
Let's not use that term again. Look, when Manifest came out, I love shows or movies that start off with what the hell is going on? Like, for instance, the first Bourne Identity movie, right? The first Bourne movie. The ship in the middle of the ocean finds a guy just floating there. What? how the hell did he get there? What's going on? What's this back? Like all this kind of stuff. The premise of Manifest is so great. A plane takes off, disappears, and then how many years later was it? 7 or 8 years later?
5.
5 years later,
Yeah.
out of nowhere, air traffic control picks up the plane coming in for the landing. It's been 5 years, and the people on the plane have no idea. There's like, no, we just took off, man.
Neither do the showrunners know.
Yeah, neither do the showrunners know. And to me, this is a great opening premise for a show.
It is.
I was hooked on the idea right away, and I immediately got off after about 4 episodes. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it. I found the show to be terrible. And
It's glorious gobbledygook, John.
it is gobbledygook. Yes, it just went on and on. And Rob, you're joking about it, but honestly, for me, one of the thing was I felt like I never felt at all like the showrunners had any idea where they were taking this thing.
But that's why it's great.
And maybe that's why it's great. But that's just the feeling I had. But others like yourself really found themselves getting into the show and watching the show. And that's great. That's awesome. So for all those people who are big Manifest fans and looking forward to Manifest coming back, that's awesome. I'm legitimately really happy that you guys get to have another season of it, a final season. That's great. Now, as far as why would Netflix pick this up? What's the point? Why go for show and specifically, why pick it up for only one more season? Because Rob, you're thinking if you're going to make an investment into something, wouldn't you want it to be an investment that's going to stretch out a bit? Wouldn't you want to get more, return on your investment? So what's the point in picking up Manifest for just one season? Well, there is a point to it, actually. And for that, let's step into the Campea classroom for a moment, shall we? Why pick up Manifest? Okay, because you asked the question, if it's only for one season, what's the point? Why would they step in and do this? Well, I'll tell you why. We all know this. The whole point of Netflix's existence is to gain subscribers, right? We all know this. That's the number one point of Netflix existing. They exist to gain subscribers. They want to get some subscribers, right? Now, if you're going to try to get new subscribers, and by the way, Rob, I just watched 2 Netflix movies last night. Yep, I watched 2. I was supposed to go out with Anne with some friends for dinner, but my hand was really bothering me, and I just thought, I'm not going to be good company, so I'm just going to stay home. So I popped on 2 Netflix movies. One was called SAS, The Rise of the Black Swan, with a terrific cast, as a matter of fact. It had a really, really good cast, including Andy Serkis was in it. Ruby Rose was in it, a few other people as well. And then the Jason Momoa, Sweet Girl. Shit! Total bags of shit! Both of these movies, absolute ridiculous garbage. Garbage! Congratulations, everybody. This is your future of streaming movies. Anyway, absolute insufferable, eye-rolling, gut-wrenching, colon-emptying garbage. Anyway, so there's that. There's that, right? But Netflix, they're looking to gain subscribers. Number one, through curated content. And number two, through original material, right? They create this content. They get curated content like Seinfeld, which, by the way, Seinfeld is back on Netflix, like $100 million 5-year deal, something like that. So curated content, yes, but they also want to get these new subscribers through original material. But here's the thing. There's a challenge through original material. The challenge of getting subs through original material takes time, and it's a gamble. It's a gamble. Because, Rob, when you launch a new original series, nobody knows about it. Nobody has connection with it. Nobody understands the story yet. So you create this show in the hopes, and it's a gamble, but in the hopes that it catches on with the audience, that it builds up a bit of an audience, and then that word of mouth from that audience spreads out to people who are not yet subscribers of Netflix. And then hopefully then it will attract people in to subscribe to Netflix. But it is, again, a gamble. Here's the thing, though. By picking up shows like Lucifer, Lucifer, Lone Survivor, and Manifest, here's what Netflix does. Lucifer, Lone Survivor, Manifest, and other shows like that, the gamble is gone. These are shows that already exist. These are shows that already, regardless of how big or how small, these are shows that already have existing fan bases. These are shows that already have people that follow it. They get rid of the gamble. The gamble's gone. So they know, Rob, if we go out and pick up Lucifer, because originally, remember, Rob, when they picked up Lucifer, they originally said it was only going to be for one more season, right? It was after it was wildly successful on Netflix that they decided to give it yet another season. But the whole idea of Netflix was to give it, or for Lucifer was to give it one more season. What they were doing was brilliant, because what they did was they ensured that everybody who is a Lucifer fan that isn't yet a Netflix subscriber was going to become a Netflix subscriber. Rob, I was already a Netflix subscriber, but if I hadn't been a Netflix subscriber when Lucifer was getting its new season on Netflix, guess what? I would have been a new subscriber. And by picking up Manifest for just one more season, they're already limiting their risk. They're limiting how much of a financial investment they're making into it. And what they have guaranteed is everybody who watched Manifest that isn't a Netflix subscriber, guess what? They're going to become Netflix subscribers. This is the easiest money that Netflix can possibly make. Saving these canceled shows for just one more season gets them an easy influx of new subscribers. Rob, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And again, there's no gamble. No gamble. It is almost risk-free. So when you actually sit back and look at it, look, I had somebody say to me once, Rob, and it's true, you know, John, Netflix is just using you as a Lucifer fan. That's all Netflix is doing. By saving Lucifer, all they're really doing is using you as a Netflix fan. I'm like, hey, it's a win-win. I'm cool with that. It's a win-win. So you Manifest fans, when you hear that Netflix is just using you, just smile and say, yeah, but we're getting what we want. It is a win-win. They're getting what they want. We're getting what we want. Happiness all around. I don't know, Rob, what do you think of that? That my take on that.
Well, I think you're absolutely right about that. I mean, very astute. And also using you as, of course they are. The idea of entertainment companies is to acquire properties that they can sell, or if they're pre-sold, so much the better. I thought your analysis of exactly why Netflix wants to pick up previously existing IPs that already have a fan base makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, they're not, again, it ain't show friends, it's show business. They're acquiring shows they think will generate viewership and subscriptions. That's it. That's their job. And you know what? Like you said, if you're a Lucifer fan, or in my case, a Manifest fan, unashamedly, unabashedly so, because I can't believe where the writing staff takes us every week. I'm a happy camper. I do that Peanuts dance, that da-na-na-na-na, you know, when they're all dancing together and you see Pigpen riling up all the dust. Yeah, man. I was doing the Peanuts dance when Manifest was renewed.
So, but let's go one step further, because I see some people in the live chat asking, fair point, well, why not do another season of Daredevil? Like, why cancel Daredevil? Well, because of this. If you understand that by saving Lucifer, Lone Survivor, Manifest, they are reaching out and gaining new subscribers, right? And it is also almost no risk. All they're really putting up is the cost to produce one extra season of television. That's it. It's different with Daredevil. Daredevil is watched by Netflix subs. Daredevil had 3 seasons, Rob. It had 3 seasons. In Netflix's head, anybody who was going to sign up for Netflix to watch Daredevil would have done so already, for the most part. They would have done so already. It's been on, we ran it for 3 seasons. They would have signed up for it by now. On top of that, Daredevil gets more expensive to make each season because every year that it's on, the cast want more and more money. Understandably so. Totally fair. Charlie Cox's salary demands go up. Everybody else is involved in these shows. Their expenses go up. And at some point, Netflix has to decide when is it not a ratio in our favor anymore? When is the ratio no longer in our favor? How much money are we putting into Daredevil? And are we actually getting new subscribers from Daredevil anymore? We're not getting new subscribers, really? Not many new subscribers on Daredevil anymore because everybody already signed up? Well, then can we justify spending the kind of money we need to spend? Or can we spend a little bit of money, save a show like Manifest, and bring in more new subscribers? Because, Rob, that's the inconvenient truth here. This one new saved season of Manifest is going to add more new subscribers to Netflix than a 4th season of Daredevil would. Daredevil's obviously the superior show, but the reality is this is the business decision. And that's the world of streaming, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the world of streaming we're going to get moving forward. So I don't know, guys. Question is for you. Are you a Manifest fan? If you are, I'm so stoked for you guys that you're getting another season. If not, does this make you curious to check out the show? Whatever you guys are feeling, jump on down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.